Hi, this is Pastor Scott, and I just wanted to take a couple minutes to help you be prepared for the proposed Constitution changes, which are before you in the Happenings email. I just want to give you some background and help you kind of know what's going on so that you can read it with the most information available now. More information will be provided later. This video is just to help you get started, right? So first, let me tell you what the Constitution is. The Holy Cross Constitution, and all churches have them, is our founding document. It's our governance, our structure, our leadership. It tells us who gets to spend money, how decisions are made. It provides for accountability and leadership. So it is our founding document, and it is designed and intended to be changed, and there's a process for that, right? We just had some changes just a few years ago. The Synod recommends we change it every year, which I think is bonkers, but every now and then it just needs to get updated. This is a normal thing that churches do, and so this is not out of any kind of anxiety or crisis. Fact is, Holy Cross is in a good spot. God's reign is growing. We see that. We see that more people are being claimed, met, called, and sent to be God's people doing God's work. We see more people being inspired and equipped to live Christ-centered lives. We're showing radical hospitality by being gracious, kind, inviting, and generous. And we're being bold in our hospitality, seeking to gather together our neighbors and friends to help us love and serve God and neighbor together. Our property is used by community groups all the time. Our finances are strong. The staff is good. We're in a good spot. None of this is being done because things are bad, all right? But we think that things can be a little bit better if we revise the Constitution. That's why we're trying to do that. Because the fact of the matter is that over time, our congregation has evolved, right? All organizations do, right? And we do as people as well. I got here 8 years ago. We weren't doing things the same then as we are now. And when I got here, we weren't doing things the same then that we were doing them 10 years before. Things change and evolve. And over time, right, the way that we do things has evolved to the point that in some ways the Constitution doesn't fit who we are anymore. It just doesn't fit. Things are going well, but it doesn't match the Constitution. And that's the main driving force behind these changes. Let me give you the best example. Committees. We're supposed to have a ton of committees, and those committees are supposed to have liaisons, and those liaisons report to council, right? And they're supposed to do things like social ministry and education. But the fact of the matter is we don't have a social ministry committee. And we don't have an education committee. But the ministry is being done, and it's being done well. So if it's being done, but the structure doesn't work, let's change the structure. Let's make the structure fit who we are. There are lots of other examples that I could give you. And we'll go into those more at the upcoming meetings. I don't want to get into that now, but I want you to understand that the primary driving force behind these changes is that things are going well here at Holy Cross, and we want the Constitution to match who we are. So there are a couple of other minor goals that go with it. One is to make space for strategic planning. Right now, we don't really have any group that does that. And a final goal is to just streamline our ministry, right? So that we can be more efficient, more effective, less time spent writing reports by liaisons. We don't really know what's going on anyway, but it's going well, stuff like that, right? We just want to make things easier so that more ministry can happen. And so we're starting that process. Well, that process has already been going on a while, the Constitution revision, to be honest. There's been a committee that's been meeting for months and working on this. It's great folks, and you'll meet them at the upcoming meetings. But this is the start, right? This video and getting the document into your hands is the start so that you can see it. You can see what's been proposed to be changed. And you can comment and feedback, right? As you're looking at the document, which the link to that is in your Happenings email. If you don't have one of those links, just contact the church office. The parts that have been changed are in yellow or added. Changed or added is yellow. Eliminated is strike through. And anything that's not either yellow or strike through is unchanged from the from the current Constitution, I guess would be the way to put it. So that's not stuff that's on the table. Now, if you're reading along and you see something that's not yellow or strike through, and you think, well, maybe we could change that, email me, all right? Let us know what you see, but that's not the stuff that's being proposed. That's not the stuff that's on the table. The stuff that's on the table is the yellow and the strike through. Now, it's possible that there are some interactions between the yellow and the strike through and the other stuff that the committee missed. Well, that's why we're sending this out. We're sending this out because we believe that having your eyes on it, the eyes of the members of this church, will make it better. That you'll pick up on things that we missed, that you might see things that we didn't realize were, well, it actually means this, it's connected to that. it's a complex document, right? So we want you to be able to be able to see what the changes are. And there's really only a few chapters that are being changed, and you'll see those when you scan through the document. The process is, again, we're starting with this. We're getting it in your hands. We want you to look at it, send feedback. Feel free to email questions or thoughts or concerns or whatever to me, and I'll pass them along to the committee. We're going to have minimum two congregational listening sessions. A listening session is just that. There's no vote, there's no decision made. It's just a conversation where these changes will be presented to you in more detail than you're getting now, and you'll have a better understanding of what they are. So there'll be two listening sessions. The first one is on August 24th at 10 a.m. after the 10 a.m. worship, and the second one is September 14th after the 10 a.m. worship. So we have those two meetings. There won't be a vote until council votes in September after the second listening session. And if we don't like where it's at, we don't have to follow this timeline. We can just push the pause button, go back, make some more changes. Like, we're not in a huge rush here, okay? But if the feedback is good, it goes to council in September. It goes to a specially called congregational meeting in October, and then it'll be voted on finally at the regular congregational meeting in November, with the implementation date starting at the next congregational meeting in May. So we're doing this well in advance so that we can, when we vote, it's just a vote, right? We don't want to have long meetings at the congregational meeting or a congregational, the special one, whatever. We don't want to have a big giant mess there. We want to have all the questions answered in advance. And if they're not answered to people's satisfaction, we'll just slow down the process. Okay, we're really not in a rush. But that is the process, and now you know what it is. You know why we want to do this. I think it'll help us. I think it'll streamline things and clarify some stuff. And please take a look, and I ask for your help in making this document the best that it can be. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for listening. Bye.